Stop, collaborate, and listen. Super Duper's back with a brand new invention. I don't know what the hell that was, but I love the 90s, baby. I love the 90s. I love the late 80s. And that's what gave my friend, Kevin of the Craig, Shantytown Hot Rods, Convict Custom Heart, the ideal for this body scheme. Let's dive into this. Welcome back. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's get ready to ride back to the past, because we're going back to the past to find the blast. I don't know. Let's just get started. That Kevin, Shantytown, convict, whatever. He's a good guy. Y'all probably remember way back when, one of the earlier episodes when he painted us this here helmet. This is about a 9-year-old helmet. Had battle scars all over it, and this was kind of his ideal for it, to turn this helmet around. Well, he called me recently. He said, friend, seen you had that green body. It looks, like it's getting a little dated. You've had the green for a while. Why don't you just bring that thing to me here and let me paint it? He said, what do you want? I said, Kevin, like-minded friend, anything you want. I'm thinking, let's take it back to the 80s to 90s. I want to look like I'm on the cover of a mini truck magazine. Look at this. Insanity. This is not a wrap. This is all hand painted. The color changes. See, it's green during the day when the sun hits it. You can kind of see the light hitting it's green, which is fine. We've all discussed green could be bad luck. That doesn't work in the daytime. Green is not bad luck in the daytime. He added a special pigment of paint. He likes pigs. He likes to eat pulled pork sandwiches. But when the sun goes down, it turns to like an amberish orange. No more green. Therefore, when the bad luck would kick in normally, the green is gone. Everything's hand painted. Look at that. Kind of matches my helmet too. Told him we're going back to the old school 28. That was my original number. He didn't really like the ideal of raccoon print. He likes the cheetah girls, so he went with the cheetah print. This thing is bad to the bone, but before we can put this thing on, we've got to do some checking on this. We're about to scale it after we get this body on. So it's kind of like a 17 for 1 special. You're going to get to see me make adjustments. Beautiful stuff. You're going to see me install this beautiful body. We're going to get a better look at the body. We're going to install our illegal parts, illegal floor pan, whatever you want to call it. I call it a wheel well. Some people might call it a floor pan. And then we're going to get the scaling, and we're going to load the trailer, and then y'all have to be, just waiting for the race. As always, it's hot as crap here in Florida. So tired of sweating just every single day. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the day. It's that time of the day for comment of the day. And this comment of the day is sponsored by our friends J.R. Garcia. We will leave a link to him in the description of this video. He is the proud producer of these bad to the bone chain guards. He has them in different sizes. It's just as light as carbon fiber. Look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at the design on that. All different colors. Just as light. And I think he's selling like $35. So if you need a chain guard, you don't want to break the bank, you don't want to have that cheap aluminum crap, don't want to spend $1,000 on carbon fiber, hit up JR Garcia. He has it in multiple sizes, people, big gear, mini gear, PMI gear, whatever gear you want, he can get it done. So hit him up. Let's get to that comment. Thanks, Mr. Garcia. These comments get me sometimes. This comment comes from Vince Lewin, 1339. He says, hey, kinfolk, you gonna share the recipe to that Texas rattlesnake juice? The answer to that, Mr. Vince Lewin, 1339, no, I'm not gonna share that. What I plan on doing is winning on it, and that way winning so much that all of you wanna just order a gallon of it, and I can retire and just make go-kart preps like everybody else. Thanks for watching, Vince. And also, if you want to sponsor a comment on this video, cheap advertisement, ladies and gentlemen, it's next to nothing. Be sure to email us at superdupersouthern@gmail.com, and we'll get you in like phlegm, ladies and gentlemen. God bless. Before we get the mounting this body on here, we're going to go and make a few adjustments on the cart, make a cross adjustment, and we're also going to go and check our toe while the body is off. Then we'll get the body on, proceed attach, and all this other stuff. I'm going to do this stuff while I got the rooms. Okay, it's a lot easier. I don't have these side panels I'm fighting. Not to worry about scratching this thing. You get what I'm saying. So we're going to go and add our cross back to what I think it should be. You can adjust either side of the go-kart to raise or to lower your cross. If you want to use your right front spindle to raise your cross, you would lower the spindle. If you want to use your left front spindle to raise the cross, you would raise the spindle. So for my instance, I want to raise the cross. I'm going to take a washer out the bottom and I'm going to put it on the top, therefore planting the right front, therefore planting cross into the cart. And obviously you do the opposite if you want to take cross out. I can't tell you where to make the adjustments to, but I can show you how to make the adjustments. Some of you are smart fellers. Y'all know what y'all are doing. Dang, I'm telling you, these mosquitoes are tearing me up. I can't even see them, so I don't understand where they're coming from, but my back is itching like crazy. Oh, we definitely lost a half a washer somewhere. That's what you don't want to do, is lose washers. Bugs are everywhere. I don't know, I feel like we definitely lost a washer. We've definitely lost a half washer. Let's go do some counting on the other cart. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, I knew I did. Told you. Look what I found. Half washer. Most of your manufacturers, I'm only speaking relatively new carts at least. Not so much a Saturday night guys, you know, but day racing, newer carts, Phantom, Premier, whoever, most of them are going to tell you just to start off. And now I'm speaking for the adult clone class. I'm not speaking for a kid class or Predator, none of that stuff, so I have no experience. But in the adult clone class, most of the time they're going to tell you to set your washers at 2 and 2. Don't even look at cross, just set your washers at 2 and 2. 2 on the bottom of the right side, 2 up top on the left side. All tracks are different. And I feel like the way tires have gone, we have gotten really spoiled on just, you know, set the go-kart up some way and never mess with it again. I just don't know if that's the proper way of going about things. You know, you can always find more speed. So I'm a numbers guy. I go by the data, people. I get my notebook out, okay? I can fill a washer across, and most people that's been doing this a long time can too. And sometimes you just need a washer across. I can't explain how, but sometimes, you know, you just need a washer or a washer out. So with everything set up here, going to go and knock out this toe. As y'all already know, people, we don't have to explain again. We do it old school over here. Why is it better? I don't know. It's mainly because I'm broke. I don't have $500 here to buy a fancy laser. I go to the flea market, get one, and then the one at the flea market, it's got like 20 different designs. If you want like a little elf, little figurine thing, or if you like a little dolphin jumping through the waves, they got those. They've got like this, the alien face. So I'm not doing that. So that's why we just stick with this. There's really no reason for this to be out of whack because I have not wrecked. Literally dead nuts. It's a good sign. All right, so now we'll check our left to right, which should be perfect too because tie rod hasn't bent. So there's no reason for it not to be exactly like I want it. I'm not gonna lie, kind of waited till last minute on all this stuff. I'm not racing tomorrow, but the following day I will be racing. I'm gonna try to, you know, between the night and tomorrow, get everything completely done. So when I go to the track, there's nothing to do except for just start talking tire talk. You know, makes my life a hell of a lot easier. So, all right, so that is 31. We're gonna stick to our usual 16th towed out. Dead nuts, this is perfect. We can now throw the body on, see what it looks like. That's what we're all waiting for. I know y'all are just patient. Y'all don't give a crap about this. Let's get the body on. Some of y'all are probably thinking, why would you want that? You're not gonna wanna drive rough anymore. And if it gets scratched, you're gonna cry, because that's not true, okay? Shantytown Hot Rods, AKA Kevin Craig's, he's one of my goodest friends. Clearly, he'd just prefer me to wreck it. That way he can paint another. If anybody thinks they're getting out easy because of this painted bodies, you can just think about that again, go inside, try again for another thought, and then walk back out. 3 for Dell. Every day of the week, baby. Y'all already know this stuff. How can you honestly look straight when this thing's beside you? Something everybody can enjoy. It's always that first one that's a booger, because if you miss it, you drop the whole body. We're cooking with cheese now. Where are you at? Get in there, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you get it done. You put that bolt in there, and the best to ever put bolts in. Did I put that in there backwards? We're gonna have to get the blower housing stuff painted now. We can't have that red blower housing with this on there. There you go. Man, last one was actually the easiest one. Somebody better start playing some ZZ Top. There we go. Oh gosh, there goes a nick. Phenomena. This thing is beautiful. Oh my gosh, the way it just changes color. This camera is not gonna do us any justice, okay? You gotta come see it in person. That's all I'm saying. Just cue some classical. Isn't she lovely? Y'all see how the color shifts? We got that orange right there. See, like I said prior, now when the moon's out, you're gonna get that amber orange. That's good luck. The daytime will have the greenage, okay? Because green technically is good luck during the day, because that's when you want to have your monies during the day, but you also want it during the night. That's why you gotta change color with the day. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't. As y'all remember, we have our wheel wells. We got to now attach these wheel wells, or see if they're even going to attach these side panels. I did make a few changes. See, we'll just simply put a rivet right there through the side panel. But I actually got it and cut it, where now this is not actually touching the frame. It's only touching the Nerf bar and the side panel itself, which should means we can get around the rule book. So I did read the rules, and technically, the rule states section 6.43.7 states, a floor pan must not exceed the inner frame rails. So I got a little nervous because we were, you know, technically attached to the framage of the cart. It don't say nothing about you can't have, it don't say anywhere you can't have a wheel well. It also doesn't say anywhere that you can't have a tub. It also doesn't say anywhere that you can't attach anything to the Nerf bar or the side panel. So technically it's not touching the frame, so it should be legal. So I'm just gonna rivet these in. I'm gonna go to the racetrack, and if they, you know, try to tell me to take them off, I've got a lawyer that's going with me, whatever we got to do. Some guy that sung a song, take that bad word to trial. That's what we're gonna do. Can't remember his name. Got a nice glass ice water here. Straight up spigot. I do not drink water out of a water hose. I'm country, but I ain't that country. Okay, there's bugs all in there, maggots, lizards, crawling water hoses. I ain't drinking out of water hose. I'll drink out of spigot. God bless. This part right here is gonna be a little painful because I'm drilling through the body. It means little to nothing. I mean, it's bad to the bone, and it's gonna get hung up one day. And I'm so privileged that Convict Custom Art / Shantytown Hot Rod / Kevin Craig, one of my top 5 friends, did this for me, but it's still no mercy. I'm just gonna keep reminding people, no mercy around here. Good thing is I only get one shot at this, so. And this one's gonna be kind of hard to drill. I might actually take the piece off. Ah, got it. Lovely. Chip the paint of a washer covering. Shall we get started? I was going to originally do rivets. I really do not want a chance a rivet getting busted and this thing folding up underneath the go-kart, leading a race or something crazy like that. So we will run some nice fancy bolts, and chances are they're rats. Dropped it. Chances are they're going to figure out a way not to let me do this, which is fine too. If they make a new rule, that would be pretty cool. Say, yeah, I'm the reason. I'm the Billy Bob that just made things complicated and did that. You're welcome. No bind. That was my main concern. Puts me in a bind, and obviously would have took it off. Last thing you want on one of these is to get in a bind. Okay, same thing anywhere in life in general. You do not want to get in a bind. Okay, got a couple extra little bolts here. That's going to throw people off at the gate. What are those? Starting to think I should have definitely made these longer, because after pushing them up to the side panel, they're definitely angled a little bit more than I'd like, but it's still got a little contour, and you kind of see my goal here is just kind of deflect that air under and away from the cart, not just hanging out up in here. I don't know. I'm kind of just honestly doing it because it's just kind of kooky looking. There's really no theory behind it other than just to kind of look like I'm a lot smarter than I am at things. You know, I haven't got this thing in a wind tunnel. Do you got a wind tunnel? Okay. I don't have 20 fans that, you know, blow air. Okay, I've got plenty of fans, but you guys don't come equipped with actual fans to help me build a wind tunnel. So until you guys start sending me fans, then no wind tunnels coming around here. But either or, it's probably going to get tossed anyways before we even get to qualify, but we will try it. Will it make a difference? Drop your comments now. Will it make a difference? I don't know. I doubt it, but it looks pretty cool. Okay, I got some bad news, but it's followed with some good news, so stay patient for the good part. The bad news is, it's not really bad news, just kind of like news. The news before, so we got news, then we got bad news, and we got good news. So the news is, we're ready for scaling. Okay, the scale just got to come up. We've set our toe. We've made our cross adjustment, body's mounted, everything's ready to go. The bad news to the news is I'm by myself. It's about 12:06 right now, p.m. at night, and I've got no way to scale it. So first thing in the morning, we're going to call a friend. We're going to phone a friend, and we'll squeeze them in there so I can do the camera and stuff, and I'll jump in the cart, and he like help me sit it down, and you know, we'll scale it, and we'll continue on with the video. So the good news is the video's not over yet, but I'm going to go sleep. Top of the morning to y'all. We got our friend Charles with us, aka Charlie, aka BFF for life. He's going to jump in the cart for us. We can check our camber, and we'll go on to our scaling.
I'm just shorter.
Oh, not the side panel now. Center her up. Mighty fine. Go ahead, Sir Charles. See if you can finagle your way in here.
As good as I can.
You're doing a fine job. That's great, dude. Hopefully this is right where we left off, though. It's looking good so far. Perfect. Only have to adjust this one, which is a good sign. I mean, we didn't wreck nobody too hard. That's why we use the nose cone and not the right front tire when we go to crash people. This is a camber gauge. It's pretty important. They got fancier ones, and this is an AccuCam. I've only had it since 2015, but still works like a champ. Pretty much a necessity to scaling. You can't scale without checking your camber and toe, etc. We're actually trying something different this week. We're gonna throw more left front camber to it to see if that don't help this thing cut on exit. I'm actually gonna leave that. Yeah, it's close. I don't know if maybe it got adjusted wrong at the track, but we're gonna go with it. So we do not have to make a camber adjustment. I don't know what happened there. We'll blame it on the last guy that adjusted the camber. All right, you can go and get out and I'll jump in. We'll scale this booger. Come on, Charles, don't break it now, Charles.
Trying to get my damn foot back.
Right here and make up for the fuel. Fairly center on the pads. I think I'm gonna take these shoes off. See, like I already know I'm gonna have to add more left to it. Where did I just set that notebook? Ah, you ain't touching the cart nowhere, are you? The cross is dead nuts. I will give y'all some detail. My cross is at
1 million.
my rear is a little low. I think actually way too much. So I think I can actually take this one piece off completely. And that should fix my left and my rear and my weight, theoretically. Charlie says I evidently have gained a little weight. At least we look good. Yeah, it's a little tight. Good thing is Super Heavy has a good class of people now, and a little easier to win than the heavy stuff, so that might be my way to start winning. And when I turn 35, I'm coming after Nicholas Bishop. Just know Big Tom's coming for you next year. It's weird thinking I'm getting old.
Worthless dog.
Let's see if that got us somewhat close to what I want here. Everything's close. The left is still just not quite what I want. So I'll move this one piece right here over. If this fixes it, we're done. It's like the fastest scale session I've had in a while. Usually we screw up and move washers around backwards, and Charlie has to help me lift it back up, get the washers back where they need to be, and he's usually aggravated at that point. It's hotter than shit right now though, ain't it? So I try to explain to these people, I leave the doors closed usually when I'm doing this, and I sweat my ass off just to make sure they get good quality. I don't know if they appreciate it or not. We're good. Dunzo, and we weigh 376 pounds. And that's the thing here, if you do this regularly and take care of your stuff, your scale sessions are gonna be about 10 minutes. If you ain't taking care of yourself, ain't scaling check, and that scale session then turns into about 2.5 hours, and your help like Charlie Craig gets upset, he's done drank all your beer, okay? Then slap the first guy to come up here, you know, so we try to keep it easy for Charlie. He's a very, well, it's not quite 11 o'clock yet. We're getting there. Tech tip, tech tip. Here's a tip of the techs. This tech tip is brought to you by Klotz Synthetic Lubricants. They got here some foam air filter oil and some fabric air filter oil. It's about the best stuff to use for your filters. I even like it better than K&M. We got to get a filter on this thing, and I figured, you know, some of you guys, it's just getting started. It's the little things that confuse you. You get overwhelmed with all these small things, whether it's oil in the air filter or when to change your oil or stagger, all these little things. I try to help out with that. Obviously, there's a bunch of you that know this is stupid. You know, why are you showing us this? Well, we're doing it for the guy who's just getting in. Take a breath. You know, we got to grow the sport somehow. And I'm just here trying to help. Go-kart's little helper. I'm gonna get that made on a shirt. So we definitely do not want to start off with the foam because this is fabric. So for our filter itself, we'll use a Klotz fabric air filter oil. There is a trick to this. You can screw up. I have seen, it was one year I was running the 100 with Fro Daddy Motorsports. At that time, Hunter Mallory was driving full time, and I came in for that one race. And they, on Hunter's car, had put too much of this on, got to the grid, and it wouldn't crank. Couldn't figure out what it was. All it was the filter just had too much oil, not allowing it to get no air to start the engine. So you more or less just want to put a one light coat all around. You do not want to overdo it. Try to spray it as even as possible. Just get a good, decent little coat all the way around. Just enough to kind of turn it purple. You kind of see the difference in color there. Get it all the way around. Boom. That's done. You will then set that down. There's a lot of different things, filter, you know, pre-filters, I guess you'd say, that you could use. I particularly like the foam. To me, it gets just as much air. There's a better chance of keeping dirt going to the filter itself, and it's just old school cool. Okay, somebody get me a full piece steering wheel, a big old circle, 18-incher with the foam filter cover. It's just what I like, you know, old school cool. You can keep your $100 fancy filter. We go with the cheap stuff. Still does just as good on a dyno as some high-end paper filter. How do I know? Because my engine man's done it. We've looked into these things. Shake this up good. And here what you want to do is just kind of throw some stripes on it. Same goes to this. You don't want to overdo this either. And what I usually do is have 2 pairs of gloves in, and I just rub it on in there. Got to rub it in like you give your old lady a back rub at the end of the day, okay? Same exact process. Put a little bit of bottom of your hand into it, a little bit of pressure, move it around. Get the fingers in there. Really get the depth in the massage. If you don't have experience in giving your old lady or a female in general a massage, Bubba, I highly recommend getting experience. It's wonderful, okay? Nothing like touching a woman. My wife loves a good back rub or a good back scratch, and sometimes I hit it like that right there. I come up from the back, I get them scratches in. I let my fingernails grow a little longer. They collect a little bit of grease, but the scratching does a little better, so she don't seem to mind. More or less, you want to make the stripes that you sprayed on disappear. Give it a nice shiny finish throughout. And we'll throw this on. Bada bing, bada boom. I obviously like to wear a glove when I do that part because otherwise you're going to have filter oil all over your hands, okay? I usually like to do my filter a day before the race, not the day of. Get plenty of time for it to dry and do everything it needs to do. We'll have to trim this pre-filter just a little bit. Get her good and tight because we do not want this falling off. Now I need a Bowie knife. I know I've got a Bowie knife around here somewhere. Nice and flush. It's that time of the day to call it quits. I'm about to load this stuff up. We've changed our prep this week. We've changed our internal. We've changed our figurines on the go-karts. We've changed bodies, good luck bodies. So it's only going to look uphill. If you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe, drop a comment. And also thanks to all our continued support from all our supporters, including you guys, most importantly, A&M Fiberglass as well. They got the cheese, the bodies. Go see them. Tell them I sent you. Mr. Owen, Lake Area Small Engine. He's got the mowers. Your grass looks like you know what. Go buy a mower. Kevin Craig, Shantytown Hot Rods, Convict Custom Art for the bad to the bone bodies, bad to the bone helmet. 71 Trophy Club. You know he's got the parking. Hell, he saved me $100 this week going to the race. If you need trophies, you need hats, you need all kind of stuff, hit up 71 Trophy Club. Mr. Brandon Miller with Klotz Synthetic Lubricants, keeping us nice and lubed up. It's easy, people. Get with Klotz, particularly Brandon Miller. God bless. I appreciate all y'all, and we'll see you next time. So we're out of here.